Kuma, 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 kuma. Kuma, kuma, kuma. I'm here, Kuma. Oh, you can hear the music. I'm here. I'm live, Kuma. Kuma, Kuma, Eureka's here. I'm feeling great today. I got a ton of stories to tell you about what happened today, because again, it was another movie day, you know. I went to watch a movie and I had a lot of fun. By the way, just let me drop down the audio a bit, but I had fun. That was nice. That was really nice. That was really a funny day, you know. A fun day, a funny day, fun and funny, and stuff happened. I'm going to talk to you about it right now. Just let me, again, tweet my stuff. Make my tweet that I'm live on Blue Sky. Again, always twice, you know. It's annoying. It's annoying. Sometimes I feel like I should drop, I want to drop my Blue Sky, and other times I feel like I want to drop my Twitter, but I don't know. Like, I'm keeping both anyway, you know, and I'm tweeting twice. And if sometimes I forgot about tweeting on Blue Sky or Twitter, who cares, man? Who cares? But nice too. So I think the notification triggered on my Discord server. By the way, if you want to join my Discord server, it's open to any Eureka maniac. The name of my fans, the Eureka maniacs or Eurekis or Eurekers, you know. I haven't decided of the name, but I should do my wiki page eventually, so I can decide about the name. So just like this. Nice. But yes, that was a really curious day. I think curious is the good word for it. So I think I tweeted right. Just let me see. Hope you're doing fine, by the way. I'm doing really good. I'm in a good mood. Despite the fact that stuff happened today, and I'm going to talk to you about it, but I'm feeling good. That's all it matters at the end of the day. Nice. Oh, they're going to release an Android of Chiaki from Danganronpa. That's cool. Let me show you. Like this. I'm feeling great today, Kuma. Feeling great. So I think, how do I do it again? Kuma? If I want to show Firefox. I think it's this one, right? Yes. So that's my Blue Sky. Again, I will avoid to click on the main front page because we never know what it could show. But here, looking cute. I think Nendoroid are really cute, by the way. I don't know about you guys because I have a friend, and by the way, a good friend of mine who hates Nendoroid. He hates it. He hates those figurines, and I don't know why, because actually I think those figurines are really moe, and he's actually a moe enthusiast, you know, kind of like me. He likes moe stuff, you know, cute stuff, but he told me that he doesn't like the Nendoroids or Nendos, if we want to say it shorter, because he told me that if he had to get a figurine of a character he likes, he would rather get a real figurine, you know, than just a Nendo. But the thing he doesn't seem to understand is that usually when you get an Nendoroid, like a figurine like that, it's not the only figurine that you get from the character, you know. Usually, for example, let's say you really like Miku, Hatsune Miku. What you're going to do is you'll get a normal figurine of Hatsune Miku, even more that there are a ton of figurines of Hatsune Miku, you know, like I got 3 of them pretty much, but they made so many figurines of Hatsune Miku, you could find one that you like. And then optionally you can get the small chibi version of Miku, you know. And I think it's pretty nice. I actually got one. I shared it in the past on my socials and on my Discord, but I also got a chibi figure of Miku that isn't an android, it's just a chibi figure, but I like it too. But my friend thinks that if you only buy that, or just buy that, he doesn't like them for some reason. By the way, just let me see. On my phone, I think I'm live, and also I wanted to share it on like Discord too. And I should get a bit of water, by the way. Should get a bit of water, Kuma. Kuma. So what I wanted to say is... what did I want to say again? Oh, right. I was going to talk about what happened this morning, Kuma. I was going to talk about what happened this morning. So pretty much, but let me get water first. Because it was really sunny today. It was really sunny, which is really cool, by the way. It's really cool because we're getting closer to the spring. It is the name, to spring, and I really like this season. And what I like about this year is that we're really feeling the seasons, because winter was cold. We had a pretty cold winter, especially compared to previous years, and now we're getting closer to spring and it's getting warmer, and I like it. Let me get my water, Akuma. Nice too. I have to drink already. Also, I probably take a quick break in like 5 to 10 minutes because I'm really hungry actually. I ate a sandwich this morning. Like I had breakfast and I ate a sandwich that I took with me after watching the movie, but for some reason I'm still hungry. So I asked my mother if she could cook me something, you know, already. So I will probably grab a snack and something to eat in like 10 minutes. So just let me drink. Nice, and just let me... All right. I was looking at my notes because I wrote some points that I wanted to talk about regarding the movie. But first, let me talk about my day today, like what happened. So I woke up today at around, I woke up early actually, at 10 a.m. So it's early, but early in Eureka terms, you know, like it's early for me because I'm not really a morning person. So when I wake up at 9 or 10, it's really early for me. So just let me check to be sure that I'm live on YouTube too. I think I am. By the way, I think I am, Kuma. Kuma. Okay, perfect. So I was saying I woke up at 10 a.m. in the morning, which is early for Eureka Wainwright. And I was feeling good. I slept decently well, even though I'm still in my arc of trying to get back my sleep schedule and catching on the sleep I'm missing, but actually it was decent, you know. And today I will also try to not go to sleep too late because there is already another movie, which would be the last movie I'm going to watch this festival tomorrow morning. Wait, is that the real Eureka on TV? It is always Eureka on TV. I mean, is it really TV anymore? I don't really have a TV anymore, Kuma. I mean, I guess I could consider the computers and laptops and tablets and smartphones as the newer TV. I guess we could. But the old school TV now, I feel like it's a thing of the past, you know. I still got a TV on the launch, you know, because my mother watched the IPTV actually. We got some kind of box that we can connect to the TV and then she can watch anything she wants pretty much. She's watching a lot of Spanish channels, by the way, because my mother is Spanish. I think I talked about it in the past. But yes, we could say that the newer TV are the computers now. It is, I am here. So what I was saying again? Oh, right. I woke up at 10 a.m. So pretty early for Eureka. Spanish TV on TV. I should try it once, by the way, Bolisu. Like, that's really one of the thing I want to do. Just once. I want to try to do a stream, even if it's short, because it will probably be a short stream in Spanish, you know, where I would speak Spanish or try to speak Spanish from beginning to the end. Or maybe I could even do it like what, do you remember the stream of Colone? The Colone stream, when she streamed Mario Brothers, the first game, and she had to speak in English until the end. And if she failed and started to speak in Japanese, she ended the stream. I think I should do that once, you know. For example, speaking in Spanish, but if I speak in English or in French, it's over. I turn off the stream, Kuma. Finished. I failed. That could be an idea. I'm drinking a lot, by the way, guys, because again, it was really sunny today. Actually, it was hot. Actually, I wasn't expecting that, Kuma. But anyway, what I was saying again, I'm always getting lost in my thoughts. But I woke up at 10 a.m. pretty much, and everything was going well. I had breakfast, and while having breakfast, I was playing TCG Pocket. Pokemon TCG Pocket, like the mobile games for the card game that released recently, back in October. I'm playing a lot of this game. And there was the new event for this game, which is getting 5 wins in a row that I did it first try. I was really lucky because I did the event of getting 5 wins in a row in the game first try. So my day started perfectly. Eureka woke up at 10 a.m, she had breakfast, she played a bit of TCG Pocket because obviously my movie was going to be at 12:30 p.m. So I still have some free time, you know, before going out. And I did my missions and I got the 5 wins in a row first try. I was really happy. Everything was going well. After that, I was getting dressed to go out. And before going out, I check my laptop, you know, and my emails. Because, you know, usually before going out, since Eureka is receiving a ton of email and stuff, she's a pretty busy woman, you know. I check my emails, and if there is anything important that I should check on my computer. So I turn on my laptop, I check it, and I get bad news, Kuma. I get bad news. I received bad news when I checked my mail. And by bad news, I should rather say annoying news. It's more annoying than bad. Because in the grand scheme of things, Kuma, it's not a big deal, you know. It's nothing important, nothing that would impact me in a bad way, you know. So when I say bad news, it's not really bad news in the sense like, fuck, I'm fucked, you know. I'm fucked, Kuma. That's not this at all, you know. But it was annoying. I received some mails that were really annoying regarding some stuff. I'm not going to talk about that, by the way, because it's not that important. Let's say if I had to summarize is I tried to order something like 2 or 3 days ago, and I was expecting to receive it today or tomorrow, you know, because it's something that I wanted to give to someone. I mean, I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but pretty much I ordered something and I was expecting to receive it today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow. But when I checked my mail, they told me, Eureka, we're sorry, we just refunded your order and canceled it. And I was like, what the fuck? Why? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that, Kuma? that they refunded me, which is cool, you know. I got my money back, so it's not like I lost something, but they canceled it, and it didn't make any sense, you know. I can't really go into details, but pretty much they told me that my account wasn't legit or something like that. I don't know. I couldn't, by the way, I couldn't deal with that yet, because I checked my computer just before going out, and my movie was going to be at 12:30, so I didn't want to be late. So I just closed the laptop and I went out. I was like, okay, I will deal with that later, fuck that. But I was annoyed, Kuma. Ordered something lewd to give it to someone. I mean, it's not even that. It could have been something lewd, you know. Let's say I ordered something really lewd from abroad, you know, from another continent, and it gets stuck at the how is it called again? The customs, and then they check it and they're like, okay, we're going to hold on that because we're not sure what it is, Kuma. So, but it's not even that. It is not even that. So it wasn't anything lewd. For once, Kuma, for once, because it is true that sometimes I order lewd things, but it wasn't even something that I ordered from another country or another continent. It was something that I ordered in Waffleland from pretty known website, and they canceled it. And it was really dumb. What annoyed me is that I did the order, they confirmed it. Then they said, okay, your order is getting processed. We received your order. We're gonna send it. So I thought to myself, okay, nice. I will probably receive it in 2 or 3 days. So either tomorrow, and if it arrived tomorrow, since my mother was at home, she would have been able to receive the package, or, and that's when you know, Bolisu. By the way, that's when you know, Bolisu, that it isn't lewd, because if it was lewd, I wouldn't let my mother touch it. I wouldn't, Kuma. I wouldn't. That could be a disaster if it was something lewd and I let my mother touch it anyway. But it wasn't. So she could have received it today, or it was going to arrive tomorrow, and tomorrow I would have been able to receive it, you know, after coming back from the movie. But they canceled it. They canceled it, and they refunded it, and they gave me the reason: we're not sure if your account is legit or not, so that's why we refunded the order. And I was annoyed. At first I was annoyed, you know. I was, damn, my day is ruined. I was like, Kuma, my day, what the fuck? I woke up, I was having a lot of luck by doing my mission in TCG Pocket. Like, I got the 5 wins in a row without any trouble, because obviously Eureka is a pretty high-skilled gamer, Kuma. And then I do the mistake of checking my emails, and I got those news. And that's what I hate about the internet, by the way. That could be actually a topic, a pretty interesting topic that I could talk in the future, you know, in another stream or in a video. But it really feels that when you want to use your money, on the internet, when you want to do money things, whether it is sending money, receiving money, you know, whether it is ordering stuff or using PayPal, like, I could make a whole video essay about PayPal. I hate PayPal. I hate PayPal, Kuma. I hate it. I hate it. I'm actually baffled that people don't talk more badly about PayPal, but I guess it's because it's the only way, the only straightforward way to make payments to any kind of people on the internet, you know. So maybe that's why people don't complain about, because there is not really alternative. But I think PayPal fucking sucks. I was going to say sucking fucks. Sucking fucks, fucking sucks, you know. I don't like PayPal, you know. And I don't like that every time you want to do something with your money, when it goes well, you know. Like, no problem, you can order stuff. But when it doesn't go well, it's like either they don't want you to take your money, or they don't want for you to receive money. And it's annoying. It is annoying, Kuma. that was quite a tangent of what was happening regarding the mails I received today. And by the way, I could talk to you about it, Bolisu, because I have actually a question to ask. I have a question to ask, but I think it's better to do it, like I will probably do it on DM, Kuma. But yes, that was the bad news I received. And again, it was more annoying than bad, you know. It's not a bad news in the sense that it's fucking me up or it's making me annoying, Kuma. It's just that I was annoyed because I wanted to receive my package, but they canceled it. They canceled my order, they refunded it, but even worse than that, they dared to say that Eureka was a robot. I think that maybe they thought that my account was a bot, you know, for some reason, which doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, Kuma. I hate internet sometimes. I hate it. Anyway, I was getting annoyed, like I said, but I thought to myself, okay, Eureka, you're going to have a nice day today, Kuma. You're going to see your movie now. You don't have the time to deal with that right now, because how I would deal with it, I will probably send an email, you know, asking to the support, what's going on with that? What did you cancel my order? What's happening? Why do you think I'm a bot? You know, like I'm going to send an email, but I didn't have the time because my movie was at 12:30. So I said to myself, Eureka, stay calm. It's nothing bad. You know, you're having a nice day. Outside, it's really sunny. You're going to go out to not be late, so you will be able to watch your movie and have a nice day. And that's what I did. I closed my laptop. I went out. I took the tramway, because I'm actually taking the public transport. In Brussels, we have the tramway, and I'm taking the tramway to go to the place where I go watch the movies, because it's not, I think I talked about it last time, it's not an actual movie theater. It is just a small theater, you know, like a real theater where you have stage plays and stuff, but they're also screening movies during this event. So I take the tramway because it's not really close to where I live, so I have to do actually 13 stops actually to go to the place where I have to go. So it's a pretty big path to take, but doable. Kuma, I took the tramway and I got here in time, a bit late, a bit later than the time I went here when I went to watch my first movie. So I think that tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to watch another movie, Kuma. Like there is still a third movie that I'm going to watch tomorrow morning. I tried to leave even earlier. Even though I got on time, you know. I wasn't late or anything, but I will leave even earlier. Once I bought a telescope with free shipping at 12 USD, so 12 US dollars, the order got cancelled the next day. Apparently they missed 2 zeros. Oh, I see. Those things can happen too. Yes, indeed, Kuma. When they put a wrong price and then you want to buy it, and sometimes you're lucky, you know. There are actually instances, Bolisu, where you can get lucky and they actually confirm your order, but many times they cancel it because they're like, okay, it's too cheap. We don't want to sell this stuff at this price. It's too cheap. Like, we cancel it, you know. But it's annoying, Kuma. It's annoying. But an example that I can give you where it worked, I mean, it's not about a product that you ordered, but you know how how are those called again? Games platform, you know, PC games platform on PC. You can obviously, like platforms like Steam or Epic Games, where you can buy games or get games for free. If you're acquainted with the Epic Game Store, the Epic Game Stores oftentimes give you a free game every week, you know. Even more during Christmas time, they give even bigger games for free. And I think it was last year or 2 years ago, they put the Director's Cut edition of what was it called again? The Kojima game. Death Stranding. They put Death Stranding Director's Cut Edition, so the final version of Death Stranding that just released, they put it for free on Epic Game Store. And you could claim it, Kuma. You could claim it. And I remember I was too late to claim it because it was actually a mistake, Kuma. It was a mistake because they wanted to put the normal standard edition of Death Stranding on the Epic Game Store for free. They didn't want to give away the new version, the Director's Cut, because they still wanted people to buy the Director's Cut. And I couldn't get it, but I know that there are people that got the game instantly, and so they got the Director's Cut, the complete version. And when Epic Games changed it, they didn't change their license or their key, so they kept the game. So people got a game that they weren't supposed to get, and they could keep it. That would be an example of a situation where it's a mistake from the platform about what they were trying to sell, but they didn't change it because they fucked up and they were like, okay, some guys got the game, who cares? Let them get the game, Kuma. Pretty much what happened. And by the way, I was rather pissed because I was too late to get it, you know. I only have the standard edition of Death Stranding for this reason. But this game sucks, Kuma. This game sucks. This game sucks, Kuma. So, where I was... oh, right. I was telling that I got to the place, pretty much, a bit later than usual, but still on time. And it was really sunny, Kuma. It felt really nice to be here. And then I went to the theater place. And I got to the room, and since I was a bit late than previous time, the room was already more filled. And to tell you how Eureka is when she goes to watch a movie, when I go to watch a movie and I go to the room, I like to pick a place that is at the center, but really center. I like to be at the center of the room, and I like to pick a center row, you know, like a row at the center. I really like, for some reason, to be at the center, you know. I don't like to be in the front, and I don't like to be in the back. Usually I try to be either at the center or one row behind the center, Kuma. One or even two rows behind the center if it's a bigger room. But here I really try to be at the center. Since it was a bit more filled, I had to go through people, because you know how it is in movie theaters. Even though in this case it's just a theater, you know. Like some people take their seat and then you have empty seats at the middle. So that's what I did. I go through the row and I sit next to a woman. An older woman, actually, you know, because I wanted to be at the center. And I don't know, I think she was a bit, I wouldn't say annoyed, but it was pretty funny. She seemed a bit pissed because she was like, damn, why are you sitting next to me, Kuma? Why? But I didn't say anything because I wanted to be at the center, you know. I didn't want to be at the front or the row. And so what she did, she went one seat, like she left her seat and she went one seat farther because she wanted to have some room to me, which was pretty nice for me, by the way, you know. Like I didn't get offended because I like when I'm seated comfortably on a movie theater and I have space, you know, space right and left to me, because I'm telling you guys, this theater is really small, Kuma. It is small. I'm actually baffled that they, as I said previously, they screamed Paprika of Satoshi Kon in this theater. It's too small. I don't know why they didn't do it in the movie theater, because there's an actual movie theater that is at the other side of the big place I was talking about. There is a movie theater, but they're screening so many anime, and not only anime, animation works, you know, because there are animation works from Europe, from the USA, from all kind of countries that are getting displayed. I guess they're screening those works in the movie theater, and the low low tier anime movie, because maybe they consider it as low tier, they screened them in the at the theater, pretty much. But like, I was nice. I got my place at the center. I was comfortably seated and the movie was going to start. So, by the way, I told that I was going to take a quick break right now, guys, because I just want to grab a snack, actually, because I said that I had my breakfast this morning, and I also ate a sandwich. But I'm going to grab a snack now. I'm going to be back. So I think how I'm going to do it, let me see. So I don't leave you with nothing. I won't take long, by the way. I'll be back to continue my story. You know, the cliffhanger. Was the movie good or not? Now, Eureka is seated inside the theater, comfortable in her place, and the movie is going to start. And I'm going to give you my review. No spoilers, by the way. I won't give any spoilers, so don't get worried about it, by the way, because it is going to be a free spoilers, without spoilers, my reviews. That's what I try to do usually. So I'll be back, Kuma. I'll be back 5 to 10 minutes. Kuma, I'm back. I'm back. I think it was 7 minutes, right, guys? 5 or 7. I didn't count it. But I think I was still on time, Kuma. I think I was on time. So I just took something, a little thing to eat, because, again, I had a sandwich after I watched the movie. And this morning I had my breakfast, but I was hungry. But I wanted to start the stream before. So I took something, Kuma. And I'm getting water again. So I can remove this. And I can change my status again. Because now, guys, I'm going to talk about Totto-chan. Totto-chan, because it is the movie that I watched today. And when I was telling my story, I stopped telling you that, okay, I got into the theater and I got my place. Because again, I'm saying it again, it's not a movie theater, it is an actual theater. So the room was really small. And to this day, I still don't understand why they're screening anime movies with a big target. Because now anime is all the craze, you know. Usually when there is an anime movie that you can watch, there's always going to be people interested into watching the movie. So to me, you should at least try to either make more screenings or screen it in a bigger, a true movie theater, Kuma. Pretty much. So I got my seat and the movie started. And the movie I watched is, I got the cover, by the way, this one. Madogiwa no Totto-chan, or Totto-chan, the little girl at the window. And if I have to give my review of it, because again, I'm not going to say any spoilers, by the way, so if you want to watch the movie, because I would recommend it, that's the first thing I can say, I would recommend the movie. Even though, as you may notice if you were here for my first stream, where I reviewed Kimi no Ilo, the previous movie that I watched, I put a score with 0.5 less, you know. Like Kimi no Ilo, or The Colors Within, I rated it 7.5 out of 10. But this movie, I rated it 7 out of 10. And usually when I rate an anime starting 7 out of 10, usually it's that I enjoyed it, you know, and something I would recommend. I know that for some people it could be seen as a harsh rating, but it's just like the way I rate my anime is really specific, you know. Usually when I give a 10 out of 10, it's when I consider it's a masterpiece, you know. Like for example, a 10 out of 10 movie for me would be a Ghost in the Shell, the 1995 movie of Ghost in the Shell. Or another example would be the Evangelion movie, or Perfect Blue. I talked about Perfect Blue last time. Those are the examples of 10 out of 10 movie, you know. And the other movie, depending on how I enjoyed it, if I thought the story was engaging, if I liked the animation, it varies between 7 and 9 out of 10. And usually when it goes below 7 out of 10 is that I still like the movie. Like if it goes below 7 but it is above 5, so between 5 and 7, because 5 out of 10 obviously it's the average rating, it means that I still enjoyed the movie for what it was, Kuma, but it had some flaws that kinda impacted my enjoyment in some ways. I barely remember Perfect Blue. Again, that's a great movie that I would always recommend people to watch it, but also rewatch it, because Perfect Blue is one of those movies that when you watch it the first time, you don't understand everything. It's really a typical Satoshi Kon movie. You watch it the first time, stuff happens, shit happens, then the movie ends, and you're like, what the fuck, what happened? I liked it, like a lot of stuff happened, but did I understand the movie well? I'm not sure I understood everything about the movie. That's exactly what happened to me with Perfect Blue. The first time I watched the movie, I liked it because I loved how it looks, I loved the direction, And as I said, I mean, I talked about it in length a previous stream, but I loved the soundtrack, I loved everything about Perfect Blue, but I was confused. So I had to rewatch the movie, and I watched it many times, and every time I rewatch it, I understand it better. And that's how I ended up really loving Perfect Blue. But it's really one of those movies, when you watch it once, kind of like the Evangelion movie. For example, the Evangelion movie, directed by Hideaki Anno, and same for the TV series, by the way. When you watch Evangelion and you finish it with the movie, you're not sure to understand everything. And usually when you finish Evangelion and then you don't interact with it for years, which is the case for many people, by the way, eventually they want to rewatch it, especially if those people liked it, because they forgot, like kind of like you, Borisu, they barely remember what Evangelion is about. And I would argue that Satoshi Kon movies are the same, especially Perfect Blue. But yes, it's really a movie that for me, first time I watched it, I gave it, I think, a 9 out of 10. But then when I rewatched it, I really realized, damn, I love this movie. It's a masterpiece. 10 out of 10. That would be Perfect Blue or Evangelion. Or another one I could add, the Haruhi movie. Suzumiya Haruhi movie. I love it. I really loved it. Anyway, I'm talking about Totto-chan today. And I gave it a review of 7 out of 10. Which means I enjoyed the movie. I think the movie was really nice and I would recommend it, but it's really the type of movie that you should watch if you're in the mood for a movie like that, because kind of like the other movie I talked about, and let me see if I still got the image to show you guys. Let me see. I think I still got the cover, right? Or maybe I deleted it, I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I still got it. Nice. Oh, it's big. It's big again. Let me show you. This is the first movie I watched. Kimi no Ilo. Or The Colors Within. Let me make it smaller, Kuma. If I can do it. This one. This is the other movie I watched. The first movie. And this movie, was already a pretty nice movie that I liked. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, but it really was the type of movie that is a movie about feeling good, a healing movie. I love to call those movies healing, you know, kind of like the healing type of anime, like we talked about non-BRA before, for example. By the way, hello Prince Anime, hello, hello Kuma, hope you're doing fine. I'm doing great today, I'm in a good mood. Despite what happened this morning, like regarding the mails I've been reading, but besides that, I'm in a great mood. So anyway, a movie about feeling good, a healing movie. We talked about anime like non-BRA, we talked about a Flying Witch, we talked about, I think Onimai could be considered as a healing anime too, despite how controversial it is for some people. Especially the loli haters, the loli show haters, but anyway, shouldn't go in a tangent. Healing anime. This movie, Madogiwa no Totto-chan, this movie is also a healing anime. It's also one of those anime where you watch it and you have a smile on your face. You have a smile on your face because it's nice. It's really it feels good. It feels good to watch. You watch it first. You're just enjoying what's happening, you know, like, because as you can see on the cover, it's about a little girl. Like the little girl here is named Totto-chan, and she joins an elementary school and she's making friends. And really, it's a healing anime. So it's really the type of anime that usually people watch when they're in the mood, as I talked before, because for example, if you're not in the mood for a slice of life type of anime, you wouldn't want to watch that, because let's say for example you want to watch an action movie or a thriller movie, then you should keep this movie for another time. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say, Kuma. So, similar movie to Kimi no Ilo in terms of vibes, but this one was more grounded. I would say. This one was more grounded because to give you the background of this movie is actually inspired, and by the way, I can pull out the wiki page of this because it's pretty interesting to talk about this. But it's a movie inspired from an actual novel, which is an autobiographical memoir that was written by a Japanese television personality back in 1981, and it was called Totto-chan, the little girl at the window. And I think I got the image of the novel. Let me show you. I haven't read it, by the way, but I plan to read it because I'm curious. And I'm gonna tell you why I plan to read it. I'm gonna tell you why in a bit, why I actually want to read the Totto-chan novel. So this is the novel that released before the movie. The movie on the left, where you can see the poster, is the adaptation of the novel. And again, I haven't read the novel yet, so I don't know if the adaptation is accurate or not. I don't know if it's either an interpretation or, I guess, idealization. Is that a word of the novel? Or if they actually cut content, or made it differently. I don't know. I'm gonna read it because there is an English translation of this novel, but I'm curious about it. So regarding the movie, it's a movie that takes place during the World War II, pretty much. It's a movie that happens during the war, but what's pretty interesting about it is it happens during the war, but it's not a movie about showing the war, It's not a movie about showing fights that happens during the World War II, because obviously if you know a bit about the World War II, Japan had a pretty specific role during this war, and we could say in a way they were allied with the bad guys, quote unquote, So Japan was kind of like on the bad side of history at the time, and the story happens during the World War II, but it's not about the war, So don't expect a war movie. Don't expect a movie that will show you fights between countries and stuff. I mean, you see the poster. The poster is pretty accurate about what you can expect from the movie. Bad side as decided by the winners of the war. Exactly, Bolisu. But here we're starting to get a little bit controversial. Even though I love to be controversial, Kuma, but I guess I could have some kind of history stream in the future that could be cheeky and a bit spicy. That could be interesting. I actually think that everything that happened in Japan during the war is really interesting. Like here, if I have to speak in a serious tone, without joking, it's really interesting because if you're already read older manga, watched older movies, like you can pick any manga or movie released in the 70s and 80s, a lot of them actually, they're influenced by the war, because most of the stories were people who wrote, put their feelings, I guess I could say it like that, they put their feelings into a work regarding what happened after the war, because when the war finished, Japan was in a really bad state, Economically speaking, it was in a really bad state, and it was really depressing to be in Japan. It was really depressing to live in Japan, and this feeling was used by a ton of mangakas. The most famous one is obviously the god of manga, Osamu Tezuka. If you already read any of Osamu Tezuka manga, you will get this feeling, that is a guy who lived the war and now he has stories to talk about. I guess France was the less evil of the ones involved in the war, and that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot, Kuma, exactly, because I hate the French, Kuma. I hate the baguettes. I mean, obviously, I'm joking a bit because the French, the baguettes, are our rivals, you know. Because as you may know, Eureka is a waffle. She lives in Belgium. I'm a waffle. And France is one of the border country, you know. It's bordering Belgium. So there is a big rivalry. I mean, if you know France, France has a rivalry with a ton of country. They have a rivalry with Great Britain. They have a rivalry with the Swiss. They have a rivalry with Belgium, as I said, also with Germany and even with Spain. I know that the French and the Spanish, they don't get along that much, actually. So that's why usually what I say, fuck the baguettes, fuck the French. But I say it amicably, Kuma, because I have a lot. I have a lot of French friends, actually, you know. So that's why I like to trash talk. I like to trash talk about the baguettes because I actually have many French friends, you know, on Discord and on the internet in general, because my native tongue is French, you know. This is my main tongue, French. So I could make a ton of French-speaking friends. And obviously, if you meet someone on the internet who is able to speak French, 9 out of 10, 90% of the time, he's a French, you know, he's a baguette. So that's how I ended up making a lot of French friends. But still, fuck the French, Kuma. Only Waffleland matters. Only Waffleland matters, Kuma. I'm gonna fight for the waffles. I'm gonna fight for Waffleland. That's it. I said it. With Germany, with the USA, with Russia, yes, exactly, with everyone. In a way, when you look at the internet, everyone hates the baguettes. Which again, I won't complain about it, because they're bullies. They're bullies with the waffles, come on. French rap has not been doing so well, exactly. It's been a while, by the way. It's been a while. Because there's also the thing that the French are often considered as cocky, you know. They're the cocky type. They're the cocky type. By the way, one of their emblem is the cock. The cock. I mean, the animal, the cock. Not the other cock, you know. Like, I'm talking about the cock, the animal. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, right? Again, don't have bad thoughts about it. I knew it. I can't say this word. Usually when I say cock, 99% of the time, people will think about the penis. Because it's coming from Eureka. Eureka Wainwright, the lewd scientist. But I'm talking about the cock, the animal. Well, anyway, we were talking about the French, but I don't even remember how we ended up talking about the French. I don't remember, Kuma. Oh, because we were talking about the World War. The World War II, exactly. And who was in the right side of history. I mean, I said Japan was with the bad guys, quote unquote. But as Boris said, a more accurate way to say it is just to say they were with the losers, you know, with the losers. Because if, I guess, Germany won the war, I guess Japan would have been in a better place at the time, I assume. I don't know, I mean, don't quote me for it, because I'm not an expert in history, even though I want to get more into history, because it's interesting. But still, as I said, this movie, Totto-chan, Madogiwa no Totto-chan, happens during the World War II. So let's say between 1939 and 1945. Pretty much the time period, yes. And so as I said, it's inspired by a novel, this one, that was released in 1981, so released after the war too. It was an instant bestseller in Japan. I should look at how many copies it sold, but apparently it's one of the most popular novel released in Japan, to the point they're using it as teaching material for the elementary schooler. If you're in the elementary school in Japan, you will read this book. You will read this book if you're a Japanese grade schooler. And let me see, because it's something that I read on the wiki page, by the way. So let me read this. Use in classrooms. Starting in 1983, it has been used as a textbook for third-year Japanese elementary students. And at least one American school has used material from it in 1993. So there is even an instance of an American school that used the book as a teaching material. Talking about World War II, Eureka, fuck the French. Yes, fuck the French. I'm always going to say this. Fuck the French, Kuma. By the way, I apologize in advance if I have some of the Eureka maniacs. Like, I love to call it the Eureka maniacs, the Eureka fans, the Eurekis, Eurekers. If there's any Eureka fan that is French, it's not against you, Kuma. It's just that you're my rival. I'm a waffle. You're a baguette, so we can be friendly, of course, but you're a rival. Fuck you, Kuma. Fuck the baguettes, Kuma. Anyway, I was saying, alright, I was reading about the use in classrooms. So there's still another thing to be said. So in Aichi Prefecture, so prefecture in Japan, the book was banned from school libraries for some time because it was written by a television personality. Alright, I didn't say that. It's actually, or I think I said it. It's a television personality who wrote the book, who is called Tetsuko Kuroyanagi. Tetsuko. She's called Tetsuko. Totto-chan, because Totto-chan, Totto, is actually a nickname. Her full name is Tetsuko. So she is named the same name as the writer, which makes sense because it's an autobiography. And she's a Japanese actress, television personality, worldwide fund, so the WWF. I mean, not the wrestling company, the what is it called again? The Organization for Wildlife. And Goodwill Ambassador for UNICEF. She joined NHK Broadcasting Theatre Company as the first television actress in 1953. So pretty much it was written, this book, as you can see here, was written by a television personality. It's a dedicated thing in the history of a country. Managed poorly can be a source of resentment for centuries, or weaponized, like how Germany after World War I or North Korea after Korea War did. Exactly. You seem to know your stuff. By the way, Bolisu, but that's true. That's true that depending on which side you are in the history of mankind, people will have different feelings regarding a country. Like, for example, if a war happens and you're living in the war of the losers, the other countries will all see you as a bad country, you know? Like, they don't care if you're just a citizen and that you didn't actively participate to the war. They will still tell you to fuck off. And it's true that it's kinda not fair in some ways. Something Wildlife Fund, Weeaboo Wildlife Fund. I should create this, the Weeaboo Wildlife Fund, in order to protect the otaku. That's also one of my goals, Kuma, that I have since I was in elementary school. I want to protect and save the otaku. But the true otaku, Kuma, not the tourist. Fuck the tourist. Those one, really fuck them. The tourist. Anime tourist, otaku tourist, fuck them. I don't like tourists. I'm fighting for the otaku, Kuma. I'm something of a pervert myself. I mean, Bolisuchi. It's obvious. It is obvious since the start. I was going to say that regarding Bolisu, which is my rigor, by the way. Because again, if I'm so lively like this, if everything about me, as you can see right now, is so lively, Kuma, it's thanks to Bolisu. Bolisuchi, my rigger, is really talented. But he's also a pervert. He's a hentai. I remember when I followed his Twitter the first time, the likes were still public. And usually what I loved when I followed people is checking their likes. I guess that's why they made it private, because it's kind of like you're looking at stuff that you shouldn't look. And he was liking loot stuff and cute stuff, Kuma. Loot stuff and cute stuff. So I knew it since the start. Bolisu is a hentai, Bolisu is a pervert, and that is exactly why he should be my rigger, Kuma. That's why. I hear the French hate tourists too. I mean, everyone hates tourists. It's the same for the Spanish. You know, in Spain, and I can't talk from experience because Spain is the country I traveled the most. Since my mother is Spanish and I have family in Spain, I traveled a lot in Spain. And Spain is one of the countries where the tourism is the most, where you get the most tourists, you know. Everyone goes to Spain because it's sunny during the summer, because there is the beach, because there is the sea, because if you want to have a good time, go to Spain. But then they don't like the tourists, because sometimes they don't care about being clean and being taking their trash, you know. They're just not being educated, Kuma. That's what I don't like about tourists. Tourists aren't educated, you know, and that's why they're called tourists, because they're not from the, obviously they're not from the country, but in a more general way, if I make the link with any hobby, you know, because you know how there is a specific hobby you like, and then there are people that jump on the hobby because it's a fad or a trend, you know. It becomes popular on social media. They jump on it. But you know that they don't have any passion for it, you know. They're just on this because it's a trend, because it makes views on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube, you name it. Those are tourists, Kuma. Those are tourists. I hate tourists, you know. I hate it, which is why I'm always going to say this, but the Eureka stream, the Eureka experience is about filtering people. I know it's that there will always be people that will maybe find about my stream or just jump randomly on one of my stream, and then they will see a cute VTuber like me with big boobies and pretty nice hair talking about anime, and they will be like, oh, I like you, you seem nice, I like anime too. And then they will hear me talk about lolly, they will hear me talk about shota, they will hear me talk about perverted stuff, they will hear me having controversial opinions, like for example, fuck the tourist, fuck the anime tourist, I hate them, I don't understand why you want to censor anime, I don't understand why you want to kill our fan. And then those people would be like, oh damn, I wasn't expecting that, like, what the fuck are you saying, Eureka? You seem to be quite the extreme person, you know, like what? I wasn't expecting that. And then they leave. They get filtered. And that's what I'm looking for. I want to filter people. This one is important. I want to actually filter people because at the end, I want a community of people who watch me because they like Eureka and because we have we share opinions regarding anime. We don't have to agree on everything, obviously, but we're just accept each other. That's my ideal, Kuma. That's my ideal. I want weebs, all kind of weebs, but I don't want weebs that will start to say, for example, let me show you. Let me show you. I'm yapping a lot again. By the way, I will try to not stop this stream too late because I actually have an email to send to try to deal with the problem I had this morning. Let me see. Do I have the cover? I don't even know if I have it. Okay, this one is a cool one because actually coming from the anime, they will look at this. They will look at this iconic character. I can tell you that Mahiro Oyama from Onimai, she's going to become an iconic character, you know, because again, this character triggered people. I don't want to have people on my stream that will look at the anime, look at a scene like that, and be like, fuck this anime. This anime is for dangerous people. Like, they would look at this and they would say, this person is dangerous. This anime is for dangerous people. They should cancel this anime, Kuma, you know. And that's what I don't want. That's what I don't want, Kuma, you know. I don't want this type of weebs, or fake weebs, as I like to call them. Tourist. Tourist is the proper word. I want people that just enjoy my stream. Good weebs. The good type of weebs, Kuma. By the way, what I was saying again, damn, I was again going on a tangent, but regarding Totto-chan, it's inspired by a novel, as I said. I think I was reading, where was it again? All right, here, that actually there's a prefecture in Japan where the book was banned, right? Okay, it was here, which was seen, okay, in Aichi Prefecture, the book was banned from school libraries for some time because it was written by a television personality, which was seen as a demeaning occupation, which is really dumb, by the way. So their logic was like, okay, it's a TV person who wrote the book, so it's not a book. It's probably dumb, so let's ban it. That's crazy when you think about it. It really shows you that dumb stuff can happen in any countries, you know, even in Japan, you know, because you would think that in Japan, since it's the country of anime boobies and anime fan service and stuff, they wouldn't ban a book for this reason, but they did it. I mean, it's only on a prefecture, so it's not on all the country. Other books banned from Aichi School in 1981 include books about liberalism and feminism, and Saburo Yenaga's history textbooks, which provided details on Japanese war crimes. Okay, I see what it is. I assume that in Aichi Prefecture, probably that the mayor or the governor of this prefecture was politically oriented in a certain way, and so that's why he banned those books. But still, it makes it wrong. Talk shows are all you see when you turn the TV on there. Yes, nowadays, I don't know why even you would have a TV. I assume in the USA there are still the talk shows that are fairly popular, but I know that the only reason most people have a TV nowadays, it's for sports, you know. I know that football fans and basketball fans, the NBA obviously, or any other sports, I assume tennis, the UFC, even though I'm pretty sure you can see the UFC on stream. But anyway, for sports, that's the only reason people would have a TV nowadays. Because now it's been years I haven't watched a TV series. I mean, a TV program, I should say. So anyway, I was talking about the book, which all things considered was really well received in Japan, a bestseller, and even got banned in one prefecture. But I think it was because of the governor, you know, because of his political orientation. He's probably really a conservator. Is that the word? I think it is. But anyway, pretty good book, it seems. I should read it eventually. And so this anime is an adaptation of this book. And let me pull out my tweet, actually, because I made a review on Twitter, actually. I reviewed it on Twitter. So I'm gonna read that. Let me see, Kuma, if I can find it here. So this is what I said, and then I will elaborate on that. This is what I said. Okay, wrong tweet. Why are you showing me this tweet, Kuma? I was talking about this tweet, this one. Alright, so I watched Totto-chan and give it a 7 out of 10. Honestly, I really liked it. It's very comfy and Totto-chan was adorable. That said, I was left wanting more. It felt just like the beginning of a larger story that isn't being told to us. And then I said I talk more about it on stream, which is what I'm doing right now, but that's exactly my feelings. That's a good summary of my feelings regarding this movie. It's a really comfy movie that was as comfy as this one. Like those two movies, Kimi no Ilo and Totto-chan, both are really comfy movies, and I liked it. And the main character, Totto-chan, was really cute. By the way, it was made by people who worked on Doraemon, some Doraemon movies, including the 2005 series and Shin-chan. So you can really feel, when I watched this movie, I really felt some Shin-chan vibes coming from it. And when I say Shin-chan vibes, I'm talking about the humor and the fact that the girl, Totto-chan, is really a little brat, Kuma. She's a brat. She's a Mesugaki, but she's a funny brat. But she's a brat, you know. You know how Shin-chan is a brat? Totto-chan, and it's pretty funny that she's called Totto-chan too, you know. She's a chan too, a little chan. She's a brat too, you know. And you can feel the Shin-chan vibes in this movie, which I really liked. She's a brat. She's a gremlin, as I used to call them too, a gremlin, tiny little gremlin. And the movie felt really comfy because it was mostly about her joining her new elementary school, and I won't spoil anything again, but pretty much just she was making friends and then they were having fun. It's just showing the everyday life of a Japanese school grader, like grade schooler, Japanese grade schooler during the World War II. Because obviously, as you can imagine, since the war was going on in the background, they're going to show you about how Japan evolves regarding of... an example I could give is obviously when the war happened, they had less food to give their kids, obviously. At first they were eating well, and then when you get into the World War II, the food was getting scarce. They were still eating, but it was limited. That's an example of what you could see in this movie about the evolution, because it really shows you the perspective of an elementary grade schooler during the World War II. And by the way, to put it into context, it's a new school that she joined, you know, like she joins a new elementary school and then the movie starts, pretty much, and then the movie happens. And the movie was close to 2 hours, so a pretty long movie, all things considered, and I enjoyed it from beginning to the end. But what was really perplexing to me, I think perplexing is a good word, is that when the movie ended, Eureka was like, okay, that's it. That's it, Kuma. That's the end, you know? I mean, I wasn't complaining, but I felt like, okay, that was nice, I enjoyed it, but I was expecting more, you know? Which, again, is a good sign that the movie was entertaining, because if the movie was boring, I would have been, okay, I'm out of here. I didn't like this movie, which isn't the case. But here, the movie ended, and I remember when it was getting to the end of the movie, there were several times where I was like, okay, they're going to end the movie, really? Because you know how sometimes in a movie between scenes, there is a transition, and you know that a big scene happened, there is a transition. And when you get closer to the end of a movie, you're like, okay, they're going to pull the credits now. Don't tell me they're going to put the credits now. I was like that at the end because I was expecting more, but I knew that the movie was already getting close to the end. And I was wondering, damn, are they really going to stop the movie here? Like without telling more about it? And that's what happened. That's what happened. So, Totto-chan is really a good movie, feel-good movie. It's healing. And I know that in the theater I was, a lot of people really liked it. A lot of people really liked it, you know. It's a good movie. I would recommend it. But I was really left wanting for more, Kuma. That's really the general feeling I have regarding this movie. And that's exactly why I put it a 7 out of 10. Because I feel that this movie, on paper, it has the potential to be an 8 or even a 9 out of 10 if they really kept telling the full story, you know. Because I really felt, again, when I watched Totto-chan, that they only told you the beginning of the story, pretty much, or the first arc, you know, the first arc. And you want more, you know. And I'm not sure, I don't think they're going to make a sequel of this movie. So, which is why I actually wonder if it's all there is to it to the novel, or if they actually maybe adapted a part of the novel, not the second part, you know. I will read it anyway. I want to read the novel, that's for sure, but I'm curious. I'm curious, because when I finished the movie, I really was thinking, damn, it's really the end. I even watched the credits until the end, which is something I always do, by the way. I don't know if that's your case, and I always think it's kind of dumb that people leave before the end of the credits, because I expect a stinger, you know. For example, for... I won't say anything, because I don't want to spoil stingers either, but in this movie there wasn't any stinger. I can tell you that. Like, this one is not a spoiler, just to not make you lose your time, but there wasn't any stinger or post-credit scene, I should use. I mean, it's a better word in this case. There wasn't any post-credit scene to this movie, because it was the end, and I was watching the credits with the animation that happened during the credits, because that's also why I also watch the credits, because sometimes you get some pieces of animation that is pretty nice. But I was expecting something more. At the very least, a tiny scene that would happen after the movie. And after the credits, nothing happened. No stinger, Kuma, no stinger. So really, I thought in the end, damn, the movie was nice. I'm glad I watched it. I'm really glad I watched it, but I feel like it should have been more, Kuma. I feel like it should have been more. By the way, let me drink again, because yapping a lot, Kuma. Nice. I think I would just put the music a little higher, because it seems a bit low to me. Alright, so that's why my rating, in short, of Totto-chan is 7 out of 10, because I wanted more. I mean, I said it many times, but I wanted more. And really, at first, when we were really getting into the movie, I was starting to think, damn, I love this movie. It's going to be an 8 minimum, or it's going to be an 8, because for now I'm liking it more, a bit more than Kimi no Ilo, you know. But then when it ended, I guess it never really went to second gear, if I can describe it like that. And it's not even a good description, because it's not an action movie again, you know. It's not an action movie. It's the movie of the story of a little girl in elementary school during the World War II in Japan. So regarding her, she's not a military, she's not a soldier, she's not even an adult. So of course it's not the type of story where you're going to get action or anything. So that's not what I mean, but still it felt that in terms of storytelling that it was missing something. The second part. I want to watch Totto-chan 2, Totto-chan Part 2, but I think there isn't any sequel. And it's possible that even the novel stops at the same point of the movie. So I was quite perplexed by that, and that's why... Gomen. That's why I put a 7 out of 10 at the end. Even though at first I thought that I was going to put an 8. Because I wanted more, Kuma. And by the way, the ratings... I don't remember if I talked about it last time, but it's one of those festivals because, again, it was during the Brussels Animation Film Festival, Kuma, which is a pretty nice event. Even though, again, I'm still pissed that I couldn't watch Paprika with my brother and my mother, but whatever. I guess next year I try to be more... to get my tickets ready in advance, but... What they do in this festival, before entering the theater, and I assume they do the same in the movie theater at the other place, but they give you a paper. And in this paper, you can put a circle on the rating you're gonna give to the movie. You'll give to the movie after watching it, obviously. That goes from 1 out of 10 to 10 out of 10. And so, for the previous one, Kimi no Ilo, Gomen, I put an 8, despite the fact I rated it 7.5 eventually when I talked about my review on Twitter and social media, because there aren't like 0.5 reviews on the paper, you know, because I like to be more precise myself, like putting the 0.5 when I think it's between a 7 and an 8. But this movie, Totto-chan, I put a 7. And then you put the paper in... They have a box that you can get to when you leave the theater, and you can put your paper inside. And also you can leave your name, because I wrote my name and my email address and even my phone number, because it's also... what are those called again? Let me think. I remember the word. Yes, it's also a contest, actually. You have a chance to win a pass of 80 euros, so it's a lot. A pass of 80 euros for the festival of next year's. So it means that if I win this, if I win the pass, next year I will be able to watch, I think, 4 or 5 movies for free. How much it is? Let me do the... I think it's 7 movies, yes. 7 movies for free. So it would pretty much take into account every anime movie, because I think they were screening 7 anime movies this festival, and I assume they will keep the same quota next year. So if I win, that could be nice, because I will be able to watch movies for free, Kuma. That's cool. So I put a 7, and I put the paper inside the box, and then I left. My day was done, Kuma. I ate my sandwich, because I had a sandwich with me, and I had cold coffee with me, that I took with me. Cappuccino, actually, but those one in bottles, you know, coffee in bottles. Those exist too. I went back home. And then that was it, Kuma. That was it. I took my shower and I was getting ready for my stream. But all things considered, it was a nice day. And pretty much that's my final review of Totto-chan, 7 out of 10. I recommend it, but don't expect a movie where a lot of stuff happens, obviously, because it's one of those healing movies. It's one of those movies about feeling good, smiling, because cute stuff are happening. The characters they're children for the most part. Obviously, there are the teachers too, but they're children, so they're pure and innocent characters, pretty much. And it's those type of movies. But also, if any of you ever watch it, as always, I would always be interested to talk about it. Like if somehow one of you guys ends up watching the movie. But in my case, in Eureka case, I really felt that this movie stopped without telling everything, you know. That either there should be a second part, or we never got to the second part of the story. Because again, the movie is really long. Like, let me tell you the runtime of the movie. I think it's close to 2 hours. Yes, 1 hour and 54 minutes. So almost 2 hours. I think, is it longer than Nausicaa? Let me see. Because Nausicaa is a pretty long movie. One of my favorite movies too, by the way. Another example of a 10 out of 10 movie would be Kaze no Tani no Nausicaa. I love this movie. Yes, Nausicaa is 1 hour and 57 minutes. And Totto-chan is 1 hour and 54 minutes. So it's really close. It's really close. It's not longer than Nausicaa, but it's really close. It's really close, Kuma. So it's not even about having a part 2, but it really feels that the movie, they made it really long about the story they were telling the viewers. But if it was me, I would have expected that the first half of the movie was about what I just watched, you know? Like all the story that I watched today about Totto-chan and her friends would be the first part of the movie, and then the second part, you get into the second arc or the conclusion of what is happening during this movie. But it never happened. It never happened, Kuma. That's what I was going to say I was disappointed about, but it's not disappointment. It's not disappointment because I had a fun moment. It was nice. I enjoyed it. It's just that I wish there was more to it. Okay. Let me see. I yapped a lot, Kuma. I think what I could do in the future, by the way, guys, but I will probably make a poll and share it on Discord, or on, I don't know if I should share it on Discord or on Twitter, you know, but I will make a poll, or not a poll, actually I should make, there are those sites, I forgot the name of the website, where people can write you stuff, you know, like ask you questions or anything. But I will make something where you could send me names of anime, you know, recommendation or names of anime TV shows or anime movies that you want me to talk about on stream. Like, let's say, for example, a movie or a TV show that either you, Bolisu, or Prince Anime you watched, you know, and you really want me, Eureka, to talk about it. Because maybe I already watched it, or in the case I didn't watch it, I could watch it in order to prepare a stream for it. I think it could be interesting to do it this way, to ask my viewers about any anime they want to talk about, anime or manga. I guess it could even be visual novels or light novels, you know. I'm an otaku after all, so it could be anything. So give me some name that of a piece of work you want me to talk about, and then Eureka will talk about it on stream and talk with you, and it could be really interesting. Because usually I like to look at all kind of information regarding a piece of work, so I guess you could learn stuff with me, Kuma. So what I was going to check is... I guess I could show this. Just let me see. Boku no Pico de Gallo. I watched it. I watched it, obviously. I watched it and I watched the sequel. I watched both. I mean, in theory, Kuma, I think it should be possible to talk about it on Twitch or YouTube. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to show any screenshots or sequences from the anime, Kuma, for obvious reason. By the way, if you never watch Boku no Pico, I recommend it, Kuma. I recommend it. You should watch it. Seriously, you should watch it. Watch it. Listen to me. Watch Boku no Pico, and then we'll talk about it. But yes, I think it should be even hentai anime. I think that in theory, if I don't get too much into details, obviously, I could talk about hentai anime. Like, for example, there are actual hentai anime that I think are pretty good from an artistic standpoint. For example, there is the Cleopatra movie. There is a movie that is called Cleopatra that maybe some of you don't know about because it's a pretty old movie, and actually one of the first, if not the first, hentai movie ever. But it's a Tezuka movie, Osamu Tezuka, the god of manga. So even though it's a hentai movie, it's not just hentai like any hentai you could watch, like for example Onichichi or Bible Black. We were talking about it before. It's an erotic movie in a way, you know, like it has some artistic value to it. And other examples of anime like that would be Mezzo Forte. Yes, Mezzo Forte is another one I really like. So I guess it could be done. Let me see. Kuma. I guess I could show it here. Because I was looking at the stuff. There is a website that I'm always using, by the way, when I'm looking at the stuff of an anime, because I love to look at who works on a specific anime, because I watched so many anime, Kuma, and I'm always interested into the backgrounds, you know, like who's the director, who are... Oh, sorry. I drank too much, Kuma. I drank too much. Sorry. But yes, about the animators, the directors, it's always interesting. So let's see. I guess you can see it like this. Just let me put it on my other screen. This, like this. Okay. So this is the movie I watched. And as you can see here, obviously those are only the ratings from the AniDB website, but it got well rated. I don't remember if the rating or the average matter the most. I don't remember exactly. But anyway, whether it is the one or the other, those are pretty well rating. I mean, this one is close to the rating I got. You know, I give it a 7 out of 10. Pretty much. And this was the director. That's what I wanted to check. Here, Yakuwa Shinosuke. And as you can see, I was talking about before, but... So let me just, like this. He worked on Doraemon movies, you know? Doraemon movies. So Eiga Doraemon, by the way, Eiga, and if you ever look at database, anime database like this, and movies, you will often see this word, Eiga. Either Eiga or Gekijoban. Both means movie. I think Eiga means film, movie, and Gekijoban means theatrical release, if I want to be more precise about the meaning of those words. But Eiga, like Eiga Doraemon, means Doraemon movie, pretty much. So he worked on the movie from 2014-16, on Crayon Shin-chan, the web series of 2016, and another Doraemon movie So he's part of the Doraemon staff pretty much. Like if you look at this on his minor, and by minor it just means his other roles in anime, you can see a lot of Doraemon. Like it's only Doraemon 2005, and all the movies. I mean, most of the movies, Kuma. So that's what I was saying. Like this movie was made mostly by the Doraemon staff. Like if we look at the character design, Kadeko Shizue, she worked on Doraemon too. And Nazo no Kanojo, this anime, I love it. That's one of my secret Eureka anime. I don't know if you watch this anime, but it's a pretty cool one. And she worked on the Pocket Monster anime, Pokemon anime, but the one they did, this movie is one of the movies they did based on the first generation. It's weird. It's like an alternate retelling of the first season of Pokemon for some reason. So yes, they all worked on Doraemon, yes, and Shin-chan. And so I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say regarding this movie. But what I can already talk a bit about right now before finishing the stream, because as I said, since it's a review stream, Kuma, it's going to be a pretty short stream. And at first, I thought about playing Sonic. You know, that was my original plan after the review, playing a bit of Sonic. But since, and I told you about it earlier this stream, when I woke up, I checked my mails and I had a pretty bad news. I had a pretty bad news, Kuma, because they cancelled my order and I was annoyed. So, and apparently they said that my account was fake, or that my account was a robot account. I don't know. So I will have to deal with that. I want to send them an email and to ask them about what's happening. Like, what's wrong? What did you cancel and refunded my order, Kuma? So that's why I won't. I will keep Sonic for tomorrow probably. But the other movie I'm going to watch tomorrow, by the way, guys, let me show you. If I can't find... Oh, this one. This one. Fureru. And this one, by the way, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect, Kuma, really. Because I'm really the type... And by the way, I made a short about it that is going to be published because I scheduled it. I think it's the first time I have actually scheduled a short like that. But my short is going to release at 9:30 if I did it well. Like, I made a short talking a bit about what I'm going to watch, but I don't know what to expect from that movie. Because when you look at the cover, it's just like three guys that seems to be three friends talking to each other, and there is a creature here that looks like an hedgehog to me. Is that a hedgehog? Like some kind of hedgehog-like creatures. That's pretty much what I know about it, because I don't check. Usually when I want to watch a movie, I avoid to read the synopsis or look at trailers too much, you know. I'm kind of like Bolisu in that way, because Bolisu told me in the past that he's pretty much like that, but when he play a game or watch a movie, he try to not read synopsis or watch trailers. He try to avoid it, to not get spoiled, Kuma. But usually what I do is I check the staff, as I said, and that's what I did, because at first I wasn't sure about watching this movie. I mean, I didn't plan to watch it, but I took I bought the ticket like 2 days ago, because I checked the staff, as I said. So let me show you on my browser here. That is the name, Fureru. I checked the staff, and by the way, as you can see, almost no one saw that movie. Like, there's only 3 reviews, but it is not enough to make a rating. And I looked at other sites like Anime List and Anilist, and really a few people watched the movie. Of all the movies I'm going to watch this Brussels Anime Festival, this is the one that has the least viewers. Because I guess it's not on stream yet, because it released in October or April. Is that no, October. It's the European sense for the dates. But I looked at the director. The director is Nagai Tatsuyuki. And when I saw that it was that guy directing the anime, I was like, okay, I should watch this. Because look at the work, the anime he worked on. He worked on the Reagan adaptation, Toradora, and there is also Idol Master Xenoglacia, but I think this version of Idol Master isn't the best one. I don't remember, but I love Reagan and Toradora too. I love those anime. And there is also Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans, or Teketsu no Orphans. He worked on these two, and that's why I'm actually curious to watch this movie, because I like this anime director, especially for what he did in Reagan and Toradora. So just let me see, because I think I got the picture actually, because let me just change them. Or maybe, wait. Because I think I still got the images, right? So this is Reagan. I'm sure some of you watched it already. This anime is really cool. I know, like, Bolisu loves it. And by the way, Bolisu's favorite character in Reagan is the same as mine, as Eureka. We love Kuroko, who is the pink-haired girl. Kuroko, she's cool. Kuroko Shirai. And then, because I actually made the shorts, that's why I still got the covers. Toradora, he worked on both those anime, but Reagan, he worked on pretty much all the Reagan adaptation, because I think that Reagan has 3 seasons now, and it's going to get a 4th season, and he's going to work on that new season too. And Reagan is really well produced, you know. I like the story, obviously, especially I like it more than Index, because if you watch Index, the Index anime suck ass, Kuma. I don't like the Index adaptation, but Reagan, for some reason, is top tier. I love Reagan, and he worked on pretty much all the adaptation. He's going to work on Reagan 4 to direct it, so I'm pretty hyped about it. And Toradora, which is a classic. Toradora is a classic, Tuma. If you're an otaku from who was watching anime already in the 2000s, you've watched Toradora, obviously. It's a classic, Kuma. So that's exactly why, because I think I still have the picture of the guy too. Let me see. This guy, Kuma, right here, Tatsuyuki Nagai. I'm curious about looking at this movie, because when I look at the let me look at this page on AniDB again. Oh, he did work on a movie in the past. He worked on, let me see. Oh yes, he did work on some movie in the past. Maybe I didn't realize it. Oh, he worked on the Anohana movie. So that was him, the Anohana movie. He worked on Kokoro ga... Okay, I can pronounce it. Kokoro ga sakebita gatelunda. Sakebita gatelunda. Damn, that's a big word in Japanese. And he worked on Sora no Aosa Oshiru Hito yo. This one I watched it too, this movie. I actually watched those movies, just that for some reason I didn't realize it was him who directed those movies. But yes, I'm really curious about watching Furelu for this reason. Where was my cover again? Here. This one. this movie. It could be good, or it could be... I really don't know what to expect. Honestly, guys, if you ask me, here it's just a gut feeling. I think it's going to be kind of like of today, a 7 out of 10 movie. And maybe 7.5, you know. But maybe I could be surprised. Maybe it could be the hidden gem of this festival. So I'm quite curious about it. And obviously I'm going to make my review tomorrow about it. But there's something I wanted to say. Sometimes I get lost in my thoughts. Alright, so regarding this movie, it just I feel that I think I will like it production wise, you know, like how it's directed, because anyway, all of those movies, since it's screening in during a festival, all the movies they picked, animation movies, those are movies that were recognized in some ways. Either they appeared in other festival, like for example, oh yeah, I changed it, but Kimi no Ido appeared at the Annecy Festival, the French festival for animation works, which is pretty renowned, you know. And I'm pretty sure Totto-chan had prizes. It's a movie that got a prize for its quality. So all of those movies, they were either nominated in some category, or they received a prize, or they got screened in other festivals around the world. So I think this movie, in terms of its production and general quality, is going to be good, that's for sure. What I wonder is, will I like the story or not? Or will I like it, but will it be like Totto-chan, where at the end of the movie, I will be like, that's it? That's it, Kuma. That's it. I thought it was going to be a second part, but okay, that just finished. So I'm quite curious about it. That's what I'm saying. Alright, I think that is pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today, guys. Again, that was pretty nice to stream because I wanted to do a short stream, but I feel that I'm still getting a bit lost in my thoughts sometimes, you know. That maybe I should try to be, when I review, because maybe you noticed it, I like to talk about everything. I go on a tangent, especially when people interact with me on the chat, but I think that's the nature of the stream, Kuma. It's a chit-chat stream, so you talk about everything, and obviously if you want to make a more in-depth review, I could make a video of it, but that's pretty much what I was talking about today, guys. I was talking about, again, let me show you one last time the cover, if I can find it, because I got a lot of... was it here? Oh, maybe I changed it. Damn. This one. Not this one, but... this one, Kuma. This was the movie of the day, Totto-chan. And as I said, 7 out of 10, I recommend it. And again, if you ever watch one of the movie I talk about on stream eventually, don't hesitate to send me a DM on Discord or just send me a message on Twitter and we could talk about it, you know. I'm always open to talk. I like talking about anime. So if, for example, any of you ends up watching Totto-chan and wants to talk about it to Eureka, like for example, tell me that you love the movie or that the movie sucked, just talk to me. Just tell me. I like the stream. Thank you, Balisil. Thank you. I try to... I mean, I'm glad you're saying that because Eureka tries to offer another type of content too. I think I told it in the past, but I don't want to only stream games. And I'm not only saying that because everyone streams games, but I'm also saying that because I think it's boring at some point, you know. I love games, don't get me wrong. I love games and I love retro games, but when I start streaming games, several streams in a row, I find it boring. I like to switch it up. So that's why those chit chat stream where I talk about an anime I watched, and this week was perfect for that because I'm actually going out. I'm a hickey, but I'm actually going out to watch movies. I think it was a good way to try something else for my streams. And as I said, tomorrow morning, I'm going to watch Furelu. I mean, that's a bigger image, this one, the cover. This is the movie I'm going to watch tomorrow, guys. And as always, I'm going to make my review in the stream of tomorrow. So at 6 p.m. CET, I'm going to start my stream at the same time, Kuma. And we're going to talk about it. And I think tomorrow, I will try to beat Sonic Racing because I was close to the end. So I will do my review, and I try to be more concise, by the way, my review of Furelu, and then we'll get on to Sonic. And I try to beat the missions. Kuma Kuma. And I'm going to watch it in the morning at the same hour as today, actually. So I will be able to start my stream on time. So okie, that was it for today, guys. I had fun. I want to thank Bolisu and Prince Anime for watching and interacting as always, and anyone else if there were some people lurking. And as I've said, I'm gonna be here tomorrow for a new stream where I will talk about Furelu, and I'm going to stream Sonic. I'm going to beat it because I think I was really close to beat the mission, so I'm going to do it. So I hope to see you tomorrow, guys. I hope you're all having a nice day, and I'm going to see you next time. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow. Otsu Eureka. Bye.